Magnetic storm. Okay, the rogue trader said to leave. Apparently we can't do much here yet. All usual noises on the bridge cease when the shadow of a gigantic void ship seemingly appearing out of nowhere sails past the stained glass windows. It seems the hull is tarnished, the lumens are dead, and the windows are broken and shrouded. The ogre crew can't recognize the signature of its silent engines. They only manage to shed some light on its decrepit hull and make out the faded name of the cruiser Queen's Lament. The Vox Master's report breaks the somber silence. You've just received a Voxcast from the dead voice ship. Okay. Victus conducts a full Vox system check and reports that the communications are in order, even though only eerie, unnatural silence can be heard through the Vox. Worried murmurs sweep across the bridge. The officers are certain that you've encountered the voice ship of the old ghost stories. Queen's Lament has appeared countless times in all corners of the Imperium like a ghost. It manifested out of nowhere and just mysteriously vanished in the darkness of space, taking with it those who dared to board. Queen's Lament, you've heard that name before. This void ship was destroyed by Xenos in one of the violent battles for the Expanse over 3 millennia ago. They say that its captain was a devout and vengeful man. Just warned us not to send people in. But in my mind, I'm like, since I'm a dogmatic person, maybe he would not be aggressive. Let's see. The shuttle carrying the shoulders docks with the Queen's Lament without impediment, using the disparate blueprints of the other Imperial cruisers. The scouting party sets out to the bridge, following the dark, unpowered corridors that somehow retained oxygen and gravity. The nervous voice of the operator erupts through the Vox. The crew are still on board, but what's this? Blurry silhouettes of people with torn off limbs, cut open bellies, and twisted faces are materializing and vanishing all around in ghastly flashes. The ghost promise the unwelcome guests that they will stay on board the Queen's Lament forever, raising his voice to a shout. The operator reports that his comrades are already dead, and soon it will be his turn. The ogres are telling you a different story. All of the scouts are alive and still moving. Order the operator to pull himself together. Soldiers must be prepared to face even the most terrifying space horrors. Coerce the operator, he will be severely punished. Calm the soldier down. He was probably scared by the strange visions and lost sight of his comrades. Okay, let's go with this one. An anxious prayer to the Emperor is whispered over the Vox. For a moment the operator falls silent and suddenly returns, mumbling excuses about his imagination playing tricks on him. His comrades are still walking ahead of him, alive and well, and the void ship looks completely empty again. After a few minutes of silence, a child's cry can be heard through the Vox. The stuttering operator reports that friends and family of the members of the scouting party are blocking the way. The friends and family who've all been taken by death. The soldiers confirm that they're not seeing ghosts but living people made of flesh and bone. The soldiers are begging the rogue trader to let them talk to their beloved ones for a moment. Remind the soldiers that it's impossible to cheat death. These visions must be a product of some dark powers. Order the squads to proceed under threat of tribunal. Let the soldiers stay with their loved ones. No, that's a trap, definitely. A sharp intake of breath is heard over the Vox, as if the operator is going to say something, but nothing happens. The transmission is filled with lingering silence, then someone's frantic sniffling, a blood-curdling scream, and heavy static. Then the officers aboard your flagship come to the horrifying realization that the only thing left behind the stained glass windows of the captain's bridge is the uncaring vastness of space. Queen's Lament has disappeared unnoticed, taking the entire scouting party with it. The story of a ghost ship that yet again has swallowed the souls of its unfortunate victims will live on for many years. Okay. Well, very interesting. I'm gonna go through it again, this time not as a dialogue check thing. I'm just gonna fight it. And I want to see if it yields anything interesting, because Chapter 4, I have missed a lot of stuff. This is kind of new to me. Accept the signal and attack the ship. The rogue trader's flagship takes an advantageous position, ready to engage the motionless vessel. A powerful salvo erupts from the cannons, but the missiles impotently pass through the cruiser's withered hull and dissolve into darkness of space. The Queen's Lament dissipates in the darkness and with the unnatural swiftness appears at the port side of the flagship, gaining speed. The cruiser rams her ship, passing through it, and the bridge fills with the blurred visages of decomposed and disfigured people. The tormented cries of these souls drown out all doubts and visions of the past intertwine. So we don't get to fight it. Did I see your people as treacherous Xenos attacking your crew with ghastly chainsaws and bolters, knocking the wind out of the terrified officers? The apparitions dissipates into thick blue mist just as suddenly as it appeared, leaving behind only several strands of gray hair among the most impressionable crew members. Okay. Go again, but this time we send a crew, and God willing, we just pass the fucking stuff. Accept the signal, send the boarding scout, persuade them. Go for this again. Okay. The scouts begin to argue. The unintelligible quarreling abruptly stops, and after a few minutes the operator anxiously gives his report. As soon as the squad split up, the ones who decided to stay with their loved ones were swallowed by the darkness of the empty deck and vanished. Half an hour later, the Vox comes to life once again. The operator flatly reports that the scouts party has reached the bridge. The cogitators are broken, so extracting any data from them seems impossible. The scouts have found a strange object in the captain's chair. They can't describe it, only saying that this shouldn't be there. In his usual flat voice, devoid of emotion, the operator completes his report. The way to the bridge took 16 hours and 41 minutes. The soldiers are exhausted and would like to rest for some time. Confused, Victus notes that only half an hour has passed outside the Queen's Lament. Order the squad to retrieve the unknown object and withdraw immediately. The Vox cast stops abruptly, and a few minutes later the scouting party shuttle leaves the Queen Laments. The void ship itself dissolves into darkness of space. The shuttle arrives carrying a single passenger, the operator, clutching a strange parcel. The young man's hair has turned white after the time spent on the cursed vessel, and he has lost the ability to speak. His story and rumors of what happened to the other scouts will live on for many years in hushed whispers across every deck of your void ship. Man, that is crazy. Wait, what is that? This amulet grants the wielder plus 20 bonus to coercion and minus 5 penalty to intelligence. Neat. Okay. Where is the ship combat thing that we missed somewhere? Okay, it's here, and the best way to get there is to travel back a little bit, which I'm not going to complain about, because the more we travel, the more time we let pass so that our dynasty projects finish and we get more medkits and stuff like that. There. There is no ship combat here. Odd. Forgot to do this. Why is this golden and this is better, but it's green? I don't know. Okay, I remember getting a few upgrades somewhere. Yeah. And I think these are my best torpedoes. Yep. Do I have better guns? 4 shots, 21, 3 shots, 33, 69. Okay, yeah. I think I have better stuff right now. Posts, all of them are empty. I have to redo it because chapter 3 reset it, everything, so. Now he could do this because he has the highest athletics among everyone. She has better awareness, so maybe we do this. Yeah, something like this. Alright. Anything we could upgrade here or there? No. We gotta use the abilities a few times. Okay. It still says there's space combat in this system, but there is nothing. Unidentified beacon. Have we been there? We got ambushed. It's been a while since that happened. We need more loot and XP anyway, so should be easy stuff right now.
Shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Okay.
The impure cannot escape their fate.
You asked for it!
If I may. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Okay.
I refuse.
Fine.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I am unsatisfied.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without each strike is a prayer.
Okay. We'll use it to buff our
As the
shots.
Emperor commands, I act.
End our turn. Next goes the main guy. Air of Authority would have been better, but sure. She goes again, actually. Most of them are up here, dude.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. I'll do it.
Okay. Let's just try to get close, I guess.
My enemies tremble at the sound of my steps.
Someone who's not gonna die immediately. Alright, we'll burn ourselves then. Do this.
Actions will speak louder than words.
And alt.
My wrong be thy undoing. I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens. Their death is a testament to our rightness. I can't allow myself to do this.
No?
Through pain and hardship, we prove our devotion. Another step towards our ultimate victory.
Alright, well. What would be a position where we could alt him again?
In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
My enemies will be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
Duh.
And so it shall be done. All I seek to defy us. Let this be the warning to all who oppose us. Your corrupt way has
Alright, done. Got a few bites to eat, so be a couple of minutes. Pirates and the unidentified beacon. Let's see, quick save. Haven't already studied the surface of this planet before the ogres detect a suspicious zone with an unidentified object at its center. It must have been hidden previously by some force field, but now it is, for some reason, inactive. I haven't already... what? Okay. Okay, that's a buggy planet. Immediately after the ship approaches close enough to the planet, the strange artifact from the homunculus laboratory activates, trying to receive the incoming signal from the planet's surface. The black faces of the prism have started to emit a pulsating lilac light. The ogre team reports that the source of the signal is a small beacon which cannot be studied from orbit. A group of living organisms is detected around the beacon. Send a scout team. A disgusting sight unfolds before the scouts. In a sinister, high-fenced enclosure, hideous mutants crawl and writhe. Hundreds of ugly beasts, their shapes vaguely reminiscent of humans, squirm on several pairs of deformed arms and legs, incapable of attacking or doing much of anything else beyond crawling in the dirt. The creatures are riven with endless pain, which seems to feed the Drukhari beacon at the very center of the pen. A pulsating lilac light flows from the beacon. We probably don't want to activate it, yeah? but I want to try. The activated modes of discovery. The activated beacon on the planet emits a thin lilac beam, sending out a signal which is promptly accepted by the artifact on board. The prism unfolds into many small petals and shows a holographic image of a certain planet and corresponding coordinates. Give the scout team the order to return to the ship, leaving the enclosure and the mutants within alone. Order the scouts to bring the beacon to the ship. Okay. In response to the beacon's attempted removal, the collars and chains binding the mutants together suddenly activate, emitting a series of destructive impulses that slowly inflate and explode. The beasts, one after the other, in nightmarish agony, writhing and shrieking from the unbearable pain, the homunculus victims are finally granted their deaths and long-awaited freedom. Okay, we got an artifact out of it, and put out the people out of their misery, so win-win, I think. Ravaged void ship. I think we've already been there, but we shall quickly. Yeah. We've been here before. So what remains is the pirates on the solar system. They should put an indication to places you've already been in. Quick save. Obviously we'll have to fight these guys, and I think we're ready, so a chase is ensuing behind the stained glass windows of the bridge. Several pirate raiders are trying to catch up with the cruiser, fruitlessly firing salvo at its from their macro cannons. The officers of the Ogre crew report they're chasing the elusive Contempt. It is a legendary pirate ship that has been plundering cargo ships around the expanse for several hundred years, masterfully evading patrols and escaping unpunished with the loot. Shelby, the protospeculator, the elusive Contempt's captain, addresses you via Vox in a cheerful and almost affectionate voice. He thanks you for the high-grade resources mined by the Von Valencius extractums, and also for your invaluable assistance in his escape. As soon as Shelby finishes his speech, the elusive Contempt swiftly enters the warp, and a powerful salvo intended for his vessel explodes against your void ship's shields instead. They dare to attack the rogue trader. Prepare for battle. Okay. This will initiate a series of ship combats that will eventually end up in us facing that elusive ship.
We shall strike.
It is one of the hardest combat sequences in the game. As far as I know, you can't immediately kill them, so... But I might try anyway.
Helmsman, navigate us to the designated coordinates.
That sucks.
Bring doom to our enemies. Deliver their demise.
Got an alt for it also.
Lock on and launch. Send our enemies to the void.
Damn it. Yep. Not much else we could do, it seems. Yeah. Just wasting time here.
Let the macro cannons sing their deadly litany. Unleash the power of our lance batteries. Bring doom to our enemies.
Oh, come on.
Rain destruction upon our enemies. Lock on and launch. Unleash the power of our lance batteries.
The elusive ship escaped. So instead, we shall flip this ship. Yeah. Okay. Man, they hurt. Even with my shields, oh my god, they do a lot of damage. It's acting as a distraction at the moment. Shit. A sea of torpedoes that just can't land anything. Well, there goes that one, I think.
Show them the fury of our macro cannons.
I wish you could just choose the side. I hate RNG mechanics. Okay. Just reset the shields.
the enemy's taint.
The elusive plunderers. Eventually they'll make a showing again and we have to hunt them down. Can we upgrade stuff? There we go. We haven't used this. We can do this. Okay. Wrecked void ship. I think we've been there before, but let's pay it a visit and confirm. I think the next I don't know how many hours, but there will be a lot of just exploring, doing optional content for a while. So I hope people would enjoy watching that kind of stuff. I doubt they do, but I'm more of a completionist, so bear with me. Alright, I'll start clearing this side.
Cast you into eternal darkness.
The monsters demand your death!
Could leave him here. Argenta goes first.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
All too easy.
Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor... Doubt is for none can escape the Emperor. As the Emperor...
Okay.
Nothing I can't do. My time is now. Rejoice in service. I cannot comply. I won't suffer this. And so, actions will speak louder than words.
Could try this. Oh. Does a lot of damage though, huh?
Rejoice, let this be
Whoa.
warning to all who oppose us.
Okay.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. I will not be deterred. Your corrupt way has failed you. Your end is nigh. Rejoice in service.
Me? Is this your captain?
think that's it. Oh. Well.
Rejoice in battle.
The Divine watches over us.
Um. Brenda, thank you, 09. Thank you for the follow. We are doing pretty well. I do some crazy artwork. Mind if I could share it with you? Just want some suggestions about my work here in my Discord. Brenda. Alright, thank you, Brenda. Have been getting a lot of artwork messages lately, but I'll make sure to add you and then compare you to the rest. And I'll be honest though. I'm not really too concerned about my channel's theme. Not until I become an affiliate, you know. Once that happens, I will look at the list of artists that I've added and make sure to hit you up. Thank you though for the follow. The priceless discovery left the crew speechless and shaken. The ancient Imperial Ark ship, Hammer of Redemption, was hidden below the surface. Impervious to the Augur's sight, had the rogue trader not found pieces of an Argeotech compass that resonated with the vessel's defense system, it would have remained lying in bottomless chasm, lost and undeservedly forgotten forever. Oh. +10 to all skills. The wearer can reroll any failed skill test once for each test. Wow. Okay. Can give this to Pascal since he keeps failing them. The Adeptus Mechanicus Acolyte studied the ancient data archives and concluded that the vessel crashed upon about 300 years ago after running into an asteroid stream. Hoping to rescue at least some of the colonists, the captain dispatched 4 lifeboats whose tragic fate you already know. Although time and weather were not kind to the Hammer of Redemption, the crew managed to salvage plenty of valuable items. Sweet. I mean, we lose 10 tech, but the fact that we could reroll stuff and get extra Xenos and a bunch of other stuff is highly appreciated. So, good stuff. Good stuff. Alright. Where is that palace? There it is. We've been traveling for quite some time. Do we have any projects that we could do? Your Lordship Janus is reporting about a disaster, ghostly Xenos figures that appear at dusk and go away at dawn. In a ravenous swarm, they attack on agricultural facilities each night, freezing everything they touch. The attacks take place in the complexes closest to the uncontrolled sector of the planet where nature itself has turned against us. Fortunately, not too many facilities were damaged, or irreconcilable struggle has moved the borders of the affected sector. The important production lines have survived. Could ask our advisors. When dealing with Xenos, one should be prepared for the manifestation of all sorts of ominous mysteries. There is a whole cast of specialists among the cold traders who can whisper at Xeno artifacts to expel the spirits residing within. Perhaps we should ask them. Instead of relying on the wicked ways to solve these problems, it would be better to turn to our good priests. There are skilled exorcists in the Exiliarchy who know how to drive out the dark spirits. Okay, let's go with Argentus' proposition. The priests will not leave their children in time of need. A group of haggard priests dressed in holy robes and accompanied by a retinue of repentant flagellants have arrived on Janus armed with scriptures and lasguns. They led their flock into battle against the inhuman wraiths. The wraiths did not disappear completely after the battle, but they have started to appear less often and avoid human settlements. That's a good start. We got a bunch of consumables. We love those. Great fire. Okay, this is what I'm gonna go for. So Pascal's gonna get a neat and Ulfar, I suppose, a neat buff. What about this planet? We need complacency. And the best way to get it is to do this. We need adamantine. There's a lot of planets who skipped on with a bunch of adamantine.